Hello everybody, Rachel Fiori here. What does it mean to selfishly compromise? To selfishly compromise in a relationship. So we often hear that to be in a relationship, to be in a partnership, to be in a marriage means that it requires a lot of compromise, right? That can be true. Let's go deeper and understand though how we are actually showing up sometimes in a relationship. Selfish compromise versus an enlightened compromise. And boy, is there a difference. So to understand what it means to selfishly compromise means when we have something with our partner, a conflict or something we're trying to decide upon, and it's, well, we're not going to agree upon this. One of us has to compromise. Are you compromising with, I don't want to do this. This sucks. Okay, right, got it. This time, I'm going to compromise, but in your mind, your emotions, you feel resentment. You feel resistance to it. Okay, this is selfish compromise. This is, okay, I'll do it this time, but you owe me. You're keeping tabs of how often you do things for your partner because your partner needs to then do those same things in return. This is selfish compromise. So what does it really mean to selfishly compromise? It's really still all about me. I'm going to give this to you this time around, but you owe me, or I'm keeping tabs. I have an expectation that you better give back in the near future. Okay? That selfish compromise means I'm coming from a selfish place because even though I'm on the surface layer compromising, so this is also called a surface layer compromise. If I compromise on the surface, I'm compromising, look at me, I'm a great partner, I'm compromising, I'm giving to you this time. If I do that right now, but on the inside, I don't feel loving and at peace and wonderful and excited about giving this to you. You get this one. And I love doing that because I love you and you're my partner and I'm actually selfless, right? But if I'm actually coming from a very selfish place on the surface layer, I'm compromising. Look at me, look how great I am as a partner. I'm compromising, but you owe me. I'm keeping tabs, right? Comes from a very selfish place. That damages relationship over time. It builds resentment. It doesn't feel peaceful between the two of you. It doesn't feel loving. Why? Because it's not peaceful. Because it's not loving. It's actually filled with resentment and expectation and possibly frustration and a you owe me. Oh my gosh, it never feels good between two people when I'm going to do this for you, but you owe me. Feel that. That's not loving. Feel how that feels when I say that out loud. I'll do this for you, but you owe me. Ew, that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good because it's not loving. It isn't selfless. And you're going to take credit for compromising. No, this is one of the mistakes we often make in our relationships. On the surface, we think, we believe, look at me, I'm great because I'm compromising. I'm giving to you. Look how selfless I am. Beneath the surface, the reality, the truth of this scenario is I'm coming from a very selfish place, filled with resentment, expectation, you owe me. I'm selfish because I'm doing this really for me because you better pay back later. That relationship will always be damaged and chipped away at over time and become nothing. That relationship will be destroyed over time when we come from a selfish compromise place, right? We don't want to compromise on the surface because it's inauthentic, it's superficial, you see. And anything that is superficial is going to destroy the relationship over time. To be truly authentic means and loving and a selfless compromise or an enlightened way to compromise with somebody is, okay, I would not prefer this. I wouldn't choose this on my own. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't go here. I wouldn't eat at that restaurant. I wouldn't go do this activity normally on my own. I would never choose to do any of this. But I know you want to do it. I know you love this. I know you value this. I know this is so important to you. And as a partner that is selfless and unconditionally loving, this is going to be for you. And I'm not going to go do this with you kicking and screaming and acting like a child. That's a low level of emotional maturity. That's a low level of emotional intelligence. When we resent and we tantrum on the inside, even if on the surface we're fake and we wear the mask, oh, look, I'm doing this for you. I'm okay. Meh. But the truth is I'm not okay. Right? When we have those negative emotions that come with a compromise, we are damaging our relationship. There is a red flag there, a hello, something needs to be healed here. Something needs to be healed. You feel like this is unfair, and that inner child is coming out, throwing that internal tantrum. Whether you actually behave that way on the surface or not makes no difference. On the inside, if you're tantruming, you are destroying your relationship over time. So that's a sign to you, something within me needs to be healed. And more often than not, it's that wounded inner child that needs to have some love and attention, some understanding of what's really going on inside of you. We need a tremendous amount of love and transformational work there. We have to love that unhealed stuff, that woundedness, into transcendence, right? So the first part of having a thriving, wonderful, sacred relationship with somebody is to awaken to how we are actually showing up in the relationship versus how we think we are, how we like to pat ourselves on the back. I'm compromising. Look at me. I compromise all the time. But what are your emotions? Because your emotions are going to tell you the truth about how you are actually showing up in the relationship. Compromise on the surface is superficial. On the inside, I feel amazing about this compromise. And you know what? That actually transforms it into not a compromise at all, just selfless giving to my partner, right? If you want to learn more, if you realize you might be a selfish compromiser in your relationship and you want to heal that, then I absolutely encourage you, become a premium member of the mastersofself.com. Join the live classes, regular live classes that I offer, and we can work through this together. You can get the education, the teaching, the guidance in order to heal this stuff. As soon as you become a premium member, guess what? You have instant access to every live class that I have ever held. Instant access to all of it. So become a premium member now and stay tuned and watch for the next video. I'll see y'all soon.